Hello, welcome to the second part on painting a red Corsair Chaos Space Marine. Now this is the miniature so far, and what I'm going to do is use Leadbelcher, and I'm going to start painting all of the parts that I want to be silver. This is a simple step, just water down the paint a little bit. I used glaze medium for this, and just apply it on the parts that you want to be silver. For this I'm using the insides of the inside part on the back side of the knee and on the in between the leg joints, and all of the parts that are like pipes and like that. Then I'm going to use Vallejo liquid gold, old gold, and I'm going to start painting certain details on gold. You can be selective with the parts that you want to be gold. There isn't too many parts on the miniatures that I saw, so I'm just using the backside of the gloves here, the part of the backside of the palm, I don't know how it's called, and this part's on the backside of the backpack. Now I'm going to use Ushabti bone, and now I'm going to base coat the horns with this color. I forgot to mention that some pipes on the backpack I also painted with Leadbelcher. I didn't show on this video, I think I didn't record them, but they're painted as well with Leadbelcher. Now remember to thin down your paint when you're painting the horns, so that you can get a good dry brush and wash, and the paint don't cover the all of the area, so don't cover all of the detail, I mean. Now I'm going to use Nuln oil, and with this I'm going to start washing all of the iron parts, and also I use it for the horns. I usually use Agrex Earthshade and a Sandry Dust base coat for bone, but in this case I just wanted to make the bone look a little bit more gray than brown. Once that's done, I'm going to go ahead with Rinox hide and paint the little leather pack that he's carrying on his hip. I didn't catch this this area before, so you might have just painted before the wash so that you can wash it black, but I forgot about it, so I'm doing it again. Now I'm going to use Caliban green for a base coat for the eyes, and just try to base coat all of the eye area with this color. I'm using a fine detail brush or a 000 brush, and I'm just laying the color on the whole lens. Then I'm going to use Snot green, which is the Warpstone glow for the new range. I don't have that color, so I'm using this one, but it's pretty much the same. And then with this color I'm going to paint half of the eye, the half front part of the eye. And then I'm going to use mood green, and with this color I'm going to paint the very front edge of the lens to make a 3 colors transition. Now I'm going to use Vallejo model color air white for the reflection on the lens. The step is just putting a little dot of white on the back side of the lens, and I think I didn't do it too well here. I think it's not showing very well, and but I clean it up off camera because this step's a little bit harder to do behind the lens, but it's not so much if you are close to the miniature. Now I'm going to give the miniature a oil wash on the gold areas. It is important to use the oil wash instead of the the acrylic wash, because the old gold range loses a lot of its shine when you use the regular wash, in my opinion. So I'm just pin washing the areas that are supposed to be in shadow, and that's it. Now I went over again because I thinned the oil paint a little bit too much and it wasn't showing very well, so I went on a second time over the gold areas. Now that's dry. I'm going to use Ironbreaker to give all of the iron areas a highlight. I'm just going to pick up the little details here and there on the toppest part of the iron areas and just give it a little highlight. Now some people have told me they don't like the way I paint the bolters, and that's the part that is more criticized for my tutorials. Well, I'm not very interested in painting bolters. I don't like painting the weapons that much, to be honest, but it's actually not the area that I'm most concerned about when I'm painting tutorials. It's just very simple Leadbelcher and silver highlights with a black case. That's the way I do it, unless the color scheme on Lexicanum or another source it shows the bolter in a different way. So now I'm going to use Scrag brown to give an edge highlight to the black leather pouch that he's carrying on his hip. Next I'm going to use Valor brown, and this color I'm going to use it on the sharpest edges of the leather areas, which in this case is just this little pouch. Now time for the horns. I'm going to use Screaming Skull to dry brush the almost all of the area of the horn. Just use I'm using a large dry brush and taking almost all of the paint off of the brush. When the brush has almost nothing, just start brushing against the grain on the horns, and that's it. Try not to have almost any paint on the brush, or you won't get this effect. And then I'm going to use White Scar, and I'm going to do the same, but this time on just the upper part of the horn. And that concludes my tutorial. I hope you like the end result of this painting tutorial. I certainly like it a lot, and also using a desert base really contrasts the darkness of the miniature, and I think it looks pretty good. Please, I invite you to leave comments, feedback, and share this video with your friends. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.